Okay, well, we're going to be doing some tafsir today, inshallah. I didn't really, yeah, I'm looking at the topics as well that we can do, inshallah. So if you open, I'll open anyway. I'll share my screen as well. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, can you see me as well? But it's not that clear, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So anyway, today, inshallah, we're going to do a tafsir of, inshallah, the beginning of Suratu Baqarah. Okay, Suratu Baqarah. We're just going to do the first page. Suratu Baqarah was revealed in Medina. All the ayats are revealed in Medina, so it's Madani. Also, there's a couple of hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam talks about the virtue of Surah Al-Baqarah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Don't make your houses like graves." Okay. And then he said, read Surah Al-Baqarah in it, and any house which Surah Al-Baqarah is read in it, then he said, لا أخذها بركة وتركها حسرة ولا يستطيعها البطلة. He said, taking and acting upon Surah Al-Baqarah is basically barakah. It brings barakah in your life, in your house, and it increases what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. And also, leaving it will be basically regret for the person. If the person leaves it, then on the day of judgment, he will regret that he left acting upon Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay? Some of them, they said that Surah Al-Baqarah has 1,000 commands, and it has 1,000 prohibitions. Okay, and it has 1,000 news. So there's a lot of information in Surah Al-Baqarah. If a person is not acting on Surah Al-Baqarah, he's going to miss out on acting upon like 1,000 commands. So he's going to be disobeying Allah. And وَلَا يَسْتَطِيعُهَا الْبَطَلَ, which means the magicians can't memorize it, or the magicians can't get to, or the sorcerers can't get to the person who reads Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay, and memorize and acts upon it. Also, Surah Al-Baqarah will be, the whole Quran will be defending the person on the Day of Judgment. But Surah Al-Baqarah and Al Imran will also be especially protecting the person. So he said they will come like something that is covering the person on the Day of Judgment, or clouds, or some birds. غَيَايَتَانِ غَمَامَتَانِ غَيَايَتَانِ, as the hadith says. And they will be defending the person and arguing on his behalf on the Day of Judgment. So there's many hadith which talk about the virtues of Surah Al-Baqarah, and angels also like to listen to Surah Al-Baqarah. There was one companion who was reading Surah Al-Baqarah. 1 second. Welcome, teacher. Oh. Sorry about that. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a man, he was reading Surah Al-Baqarah, and then his horses started to move, and he felt like there was some wind, and then it kept coming closer to him. So every time he read, he saw these things happening, and when he stopped, then everything came back to normal. And then he was afraid for himself and for, I think it was his son who was sleeping near him. And then he asked Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about it, and he said it was the angels. They wanted to listen to you read Surah Al-Baqarah. So that's the virtue of Surah Al-Baqarah. I'm going to start, inshallah, the translation now, or the tafsir. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Alif Lam Mim. So these letters, we don't know exactly what they mean. Okay, we don't know exactly what they mean. And most of the scholars are saying that it is challenging the Arabs. That it's like the Arabs have been told, this Quran is in the form of Arabic, the same letters that you use to speak. So if you claim that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, came up with the Quran by himself, then you try doing the same. So you always find wherever these letters start with the surah, then there would be a challenge to the Arabs or to anybody at that time in that surah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said Alif Lam Mim. You might see Yasin, Hamim, Qaf. So that's one opinion. Another opinion is we just don't know exactly what it means. And there's those two opinions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then said, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. This is the book, there is no doubt about it. A guide for those who have taqwa, are mindful of Allah. So ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ, this book, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this book, so it's a special book Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed. It is the best it has the best stories, it has the best laws, the best sharia, it's the best words, because it's the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said al-kitab, the book. Okay, la rayba fi, there is no doubt in it. So you can stop at ذلك الكتاب لا ريب, there is no doubt this book. So can we doubt? If anybody doubts the Quran, then he doesn't. If he has a doubt in one letter of the Quran, then his iman is not going to be accepted. So la rayb, there's no doubt. So some people I've seen these days, they started to challenge. There's some people who use ChatGPT. I'm just going to put you on mute 1 second. They use ChatGPT to challenge the Quran. They say to the ChatGPT, come with something like the Quran. Muslims are doing that. So can a Muslim do that? No, it is haram for a Muslim to do that because he has no doubt in the Quran. So there's no point in him trying to challenge the Quran to prove to non-Muslims. A non-Muslim can challenge the Quran. So when Allah said, فَأْتُوا بِعَشَرِ سُورٍ مُفْتَرِيَاتٍ, come with 10 surahs which are fabricated. So that's talking to the non-Muslims. So a Muslim cannot type in the ChatGPT and say, come with something like the Quran. I've seen YouTube videos like that. So a Muslim cannot do that because then he's having some doubt. By challenging, it's a person who has doubt that challenges the Quran. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that it is hudan lil muttaqin. Fihi hudan, you can say, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. There is this book that there is no doubt in it. Okay. Or you can stop at ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ. In this book there is no doubt. And then فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. In it there is guidance for those who have taqwa. So the Quran is a guidance for everybody, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said it's a guidance for those who have taqwa. So who are the people who have taqwa? The people who have taqwa are the ones that fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So taqwa is not only fear. One of the Salaf was asked, what is taqwa? And he said, have you ever walked down a road which has thorns? And he said, yes, I'm careful. I look where I put my feet so I can get to my destination. So he said, this is taqwa. وَامْشِي كَمَاشٍ فَوْقَ شَوْكِ الْأَرْضِ يَحْذَرُ مَا يَرَى. Walk ذَاكَ التُّقَى. Walk on the path to Allah. Basically practice your life in a way where you are avoiding the things which are haram, so you can get to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, so that is taqwa. Taqwa includes staying away from the haram, fulfilling the duties. These are the people who are going to benefit from the Quran. The Quran is a guidance for everybody, but who will benefit from it? The person who is fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not only fear, it has a bigger concept than just fear. It's more an emotion that you have, and also that you have this fear of Allah and you're afraid of hellfire. There's also this love, okay, that you respect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so much, He's giving you, so you don't want to displease Him. And also it includes the fact that you're getting to a destination and you're staying away from these pitfalls, okay? And basically it's like the identity of the Muslim, your true identity, that shows who you are is your taqwa. Because on the day of judgment, Allah's not going to look at your body, He's not going to look at your money, He's going to look at your heart, okay, where your taqwa is. So did you practice Islam? Did you practice the Quran? So this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says in the Quran, that we've created from different nations and tribes, and from male and female different nations and tribes, and we have and the most honorable of you is the one who has taqwa. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. So the one who has the most taqwa is the one who is the most honorable in the sight of Allah. Okay, so this is what we need to have. We need to have taqwa, and it has many meanings, but the most important one is that you stay away from the haram and you fulfill the duties and you save yourself from hellfire and you get to Jannah. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. The believers are those who believe in the unseen. So we believe in the unseen. Okay, that's a very important characteristic of a believer. So people who are atheists would say, I want to touch, see, feel your God, or these things you're talking about. That's what atheists say. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so the most important aspect in our belief is that we believe in the unseen. Okay, and that's the test. We believe, for example, all the pillars of Iman, they are unseen to us. You know, we don't see Allah. We don't see the angels. We don't see the books. Like we didn't see the books, the Quran being revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Although we have the text of the Quran, but it was not there when it was revealed to us. And even not only the Quran, but the other books, the Torah, the Injil. Okay. So we believe that these angels were bringing down the Quran to these prophets, and the other books. We believe in Qadar. We believe, there's a destination, predestination, there's Jannah, Nar. We believe, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing us, calamities are coming from Allah, and Allah is testing us. We believe in even the jinns. We believe in Jannah and Nar. These are all unseen, like Jannah and Nar, and then the next life, the Akhirah. You don't see all of that, but you have to believe in it. And that's why we believe in the unseen. Okay? And that's the test. So that's the most important quality of the believer, is that we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the unseen. وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ, and they establish salah. So they pray their salah properly at the correct time. They don't delay it. They pray with khushu'. Okay? They hope for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's reward. They don't do it just to get rid of a duty. They don't delay it and just do it the last minute. So these attributes tell us that the believers are different to the hypocrites. The hypocrites and the non-believers, they don't believe in the unseen, and they don't pray their salah properly. So as a believer, you have to be different to those hypocrites. وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Okay, and they give charity from what they have been provided with. So we give charity. When these ayats were revealed, there was no zakah made obligatory. So the people would give to their family members, they'll give to the poor. So giving is also a characteristic of the believer, because you want reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want some return. By giving charity, you can even cure the sick. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Dawu mardakum bis-sadaqah." Cure the sick by giving charity, so Allah will cure them. And also, when you give charity, it makes you feel better that you're helping another person. You're getting rid of this sickness and the illness of stinginess, okay, and bukhl. So this is how the believers are. They believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and and the pillars of Iman. They pray their salahs properly. They give charity. And then also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِن قَبْلِكَ وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, they are the ones who believe in the books that have been revealed before you, the book that has been revealed to you, was been revealed to you, and what's been revealed before you from the books. So we believe in the Quran, we believe in the Torah, we believe in the Injil, we believe in the Zabur, we believe in the Suhuf Ibrahim, we believe in all the scriptures that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down, and we believe in all the prophets. We don't differentiate between them. And we have وَبِالْآخِرَةِ هُمْ يُوقِنُونَ. They have certainty in their faith in the next life. So if you believe that you have yaqeen and you have certainty that you're going to die, you're going to meet Allah, you're going to be questioned, you're going to be scrutinized for everything you did, then your behavior is going to be different to someone who doesn't believe in this. So having yaqeen, the more yaqeen you have in Allah, the stronger personality you will have. So it's also the qualities of leadership. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنْهُمْ أَئِمَّةً يَهْدُونَ بِأَمْرِنَا لَمَّا صَبَرُوا وَكَانُوا بِآيَاتِنَا يُوقِنُونَ. Allah said, we make amongst them, or from them we selected leaders because they were patient and they had certainty. So if you can see and imagine your end goal, which is you want to get to Jannah, and you believe in it as if you can see it, then you're going to work hard for it. But someone who doesn't believe in it, someone who thinks, I don't know what's going to happen next, but if a person knows I'm going to die, I don't know when I'm going to die, I'm going to go into my grave, I'm going to be questioned about everything I did, I'm going to stand in front of Allah, that is going to help you change your behavior and make you a better person. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَى هُدًى مِّن رَبِّهِمْ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. They are the ones who have been guided by Allah. أُولَٰئِكَ عَلَى هُدًى مِّن رَبِّهِمْ. So they're on guidance and they're guided by Allah. Their guidance is not attributed to them, it's attributed to Allah. So at the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who guides you when He sees that your heart is pure, it's clean, you want to get to Jannah. The person who wants Allah, yearns for Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would guide him. So a lot of non-Muslims, they start off, or these reverts, they start off sincerely saying, oh God, guide me, show me the truth, okay? And then they rely on Allah, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows them the truth. And they are going to be the successful ones. So at the end of the day, the person who has these qualities, he will be the successful person. Okay, which is to believe, to have taqwa, to believe in the pillars of Iman, to pray the salah, to give zakah, generally, staying away from the haram, fulfilling the duties. And that's how a person could be successful. So your success does not lie in how much money you make and what university you went to, what job you have, your status in the society, but it's all about who you are in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala according to these categories and these points. Are you someone who's close to Allah? Are you someone who's far away from Allah? And you can only find out by looking at yourself. And these verses talk about the believers. These couple of verses. The next ones, a couple of next verses, they talk about the non-believers. And then those after, they talk about the hypocrite. They talk about the hypocrites. So 3 categories of people. So you want to be in the first one. You don't want to be with the non-believers, and you don't want to be with the hypocrites. You want to be with the first ones and have these qualities. Allahu A'lam. Any questions?
No.
Okay. You can tell me what you benefit from these lessons, from these verses then.
I benefited from this lesson that would you call it? Anyone that and I learned about the what do you call it? No, not the horses. Was it the horses? no, the camels that were moving when what do you call it? A man was reading Surah Al-Baqarah and how important it was, and that the angels were listening to him read, and that Baqarah really benefits you like in life, and it will help you with anything and like everything like you need and want.
Inshallah. So especially practicing it. Jazakallah khairan. The rest of you?
I learned that there will be people who say they are believers by word, but in their hearts they are not true believers.
Okay, good.
I learned that Allah seals like the disbelievers' hearts, so they will never like believe.
Okay, but obviously this is, remember, after we didn't get to those verses yet, but I want benefits from the first 5 verses.
I learned that you can never doubt the Quran.
Okay, good.
What you learn?
Abdul Qadir. Abdul Qadir.
I love that nobody knows what airplane really is.
What did he say? Or did he something is?
He said that no one knows that what Alif Lam Mim really means.
Okay, good. Good. Have you studied like the Tafseer of Surah Al-Baqarah before? Or even the beginning?
No.
No, okay, inshallah. Khair, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. There's